Hey everyone, happy Sunday. We're here directly from Samba Kennels. Today we're gonna have a talk about Sheik, his future plans. I'm gonna introduce to you again, this time in a more personal way, Rodolpho Sanz. He's the owner of XL Sheik, from our friend Lucas Pequeno in Brazil, this phenomenon that has changed the bully game forever in the XL lane. I want to thank everybody that's here today. I'm going to wait just a little bit so there's more people so we can start talking. And I would love you guys to send us some questions in the question mark so I can read them for you and answer all your messages and doubts, okay? Good morning, Bully Worldwide. Joining the live, Rodolfo from Brazil. One of our transporter partners, Milky Kennels, MTM Kennels. Good morning, Dogs After Dark. Hey, how's it going? Everybody's joining us today. So yeah, happy Sunday, everyone. This is a very important moment for us here at Samba Kennels. I believe that not only for the amount that Sheik was sold to, that was probably the most expensive dog ever sold in the history of Brazil. And I do believe that Rodolfo made a huge but amazing investment. This dog has been incredible in every way. And it's very satisfying for me that everybody that comes here and visits, they go crazy because the dog is even better in person. And I'm gonna go. The curious story about this is that Rodolfo saw Sheik when he was a baby, practically like 6-7 months old, and then he didn't see him again until 2 days ago when he got here to Samba Kennels. So I'm gonna be showing him in a little bit here, and the reaction. I wish I had filmed the reaction that Rodolfo, when he first saw Sheik, after so many months, you know, the dog developed amazingly. He was already believing in the dog, and because of its productions in Brazil and because of all, you know, the marketing around it. But one thing is you seeing the dog in person, and another thing is you seeing him by videos and all of that. So he knew the dog was amazing, and that's why he spent the kind of money that he did, but he didn't expect as much. And to be honest with you, I think that brought the value up, not only for the dog, you know, for Rodolfo's investment in kennels, for Samba Kennels, for Lucas Pitt, but mainly for the bully community. You know, when you have big sales like that, obviously everybody's in a drought. We've been coming from 2 years of drought where, you know, it's hard to move puppies, and I see a lot of people complaining. And we're not just talking, you know, everybody, even the bigger kennels, you know, even, you know, my friend Kat from Bossy Kennels, she was here and we were talking, and there was a big drought, and then apparently now things are starting to move back into place. And this is very motivating for you, for me, for him. But I think that this kind of news, actually you shake the world a little bit, this kind of investments, because people make them believe that there is, because this is a business for everybody. It's a passion first and foremost, as it should be, but it's also a business. Rodolfo is also a businessman. He wouldn't be investing in a dog, you know, only to have the dog sitting in his yard, unless he wanted to. I'm sure he could, but he also sees a possibility of getting this return investment back sometime. I don't think that's his main focus, but as long as we can do it, I mean, I'm here to help him. And I just want to hear from you guys what the questions are regarding Sheik, regarding him, regarding Samba, whatever you want to, you know, ask me. Rodolfo is going to be here today helping me answer these questions, and I'm sure a lot of people have interesting questions for him. I'm going to try to connect here on my computer because I'm kind of blind without my glasses, and this way I can follow the messages a little better. Just let me see. I don't know if I can watch my own live in the computer, but that's okay. Rodolfo, do you want to say something? Do you want to introduce
Sure,
yourself?
Sure.
And
So, just to talk a little bit about myself, my name is Rodolpho Sanz. I was born in the U.S., but was raised in Brazil. So my mom's Brazilian. My parents moved to Brazil when I was 8, lived there until I was 18, moved back to the U.S. for college, graduated, lived in Boston throughout my entire life here in the U.S. And since I can remember myself, I've always been a bully guy. I've always been extremely passionate about bullies. I grew up, believe it or not, I used to love researching about American bullies and everything. I think my the first dog I had was a pit bull, and that was over 25 years ago. And then ever since, I've been obsessed with the size and everything. So, I've had Thompsons in the past, Chevy lines and all that stuff. And it's always been a pleasure to research and hear more about the breed. I got into American Bully XL, or Brazilian Bull, about 2 years and a half ago, 3 years, about 3 years ago. I actually purchased, my first dog was from Lucas LPK.
Which one was it?
It's Bombastic's son. It's a
half brother of Sheik.
Half brother
So
Sheik.
you're always surrounding Sheik's bloodline there.
Yeah. And Sheik was still a pup back in the time. And I have been extremely blessed to get to know Lucas on a personal level, and to do a lot of other businesses with him. Ever since, I have been shopping throughout the country. I literally bought over 30 dogs in total, bitches and studs combined. Most adults, them puppies and etc. I wanted to develop my own lineage, but obviously that does require time, and no one can do that in less than 5 years.
So how many dogs do you have right now?
So right now I have about 25 dogs right now, excluding Sheik. And yeah, it's a pretty big, big kennel, but at the same time, I feel like it's not where I want it to be yet.
Can I ask you a question that a lot of people have asked me? Did you really pay that amount of money on Sheik?
Yes, I did.
And
so
can you explain a little bit how you guys got to this amount, and
right.
what was your focus on, spending that kind of money on one
right?
dog?
So I've been negotiating with Lucas for quite a while. Way before he came to the US to stay with Samba Kennels. I had been talking to Lucas and negotiating with him and making sure that he was still aware that I had an interest in the dog. And I could say that after he moved here, I think Lucas had struck the deal with someone. I forget who the buyer was. Not sure the name, but he had he struck a deal with this guy, and then he was like, Rodolfo, I'm sorry, it's been sold. And then obviously I bummed out. It made me extremely dissatisfied, but also at the same time it made me realize that it was worth it. The $180,000 was worth it. The reason why Lucas was set to $180,000, I think it was more because that equals to 1 million reais in Brazil. I think that was the number he had since day one, and that was the number we were talking. Lucas introduced me to AUREA, and they started talking about, and then I started researching and talking to AUREA about how much. And I
was like, don't sell him, Lucas, don't sell him.
Yeah, how much funds were being produced just by selling stud services, and then AUREA was kind enough to give me all the details, and so then I started adding up month plus one. I'm like, dude, if this guy doesn't go through the sale, because it was a hefty process, I said I'm gonna go for it and I'm gonna purchase him. You know, thank God that's what happened. The potential buyer dropped out. I think he couldn't meet up with the requirements and so forth. So I stepped in and then I made a purchase. Look, it was a very quick deal. It didn't take us more than 2 hours because I had been set. In my mind, I was like, all right, if I sell 18 stud services, you know, give or take, I could pay him off, and that's exactly
and we're almost
the
there.
right mentality. And we're almost there.
We're almost there. He already paid all his investment back. So, guys, how can this be more exciting for the bully community, for the XL lane especially? If you have somebody, yes, please. If you have somebody investing and believing, you know, and somebody that's not even from here, imagine here in the US. And of course, we're lucky to have the possibility to work with Sheik. And there he is, the big man, to work with him, you know, and have him here and mainly provide this genetics to you guys. But as everything that, you know, doesn't last too long, he's going to be leaving soon. So let me try to read a few questions so I can interact with them.
And then there are some questions here that I can see.
Oh, can you?
Okay, did you think the investment was worth it? Again, I already said this. Yes, it was 100% worth it. I would have done it anytime. And just to give you guys a little bit more of info, through AUREA, I had probably received about 3 offers so far to buy him back. I told him I wouldn't talk. I'm not interested, and I really love the dog, and I wanted to stay with him. But you know, we're talking about serious investment less than a month, about serious offers in less than a month, which shows the potential of the dog, and it also shows how much people believe in him. So yes, 100% was worth it. I would have paid more, to be honest, to give you guys an idea of how this goes. And
especially if you knew that your investment would be back in less than 2 months.
Yes.
We're talking less than 2 months. He already made his investment back, basically.
And I wanted to limit the amount of stud services sold because I didn't want his lineage to also be, you know, very popular where, you know, I see these dogs, especially in Brazil, we have Bombastic, that probably has over 1,000 pups or something. You have New Iron, all these other dogs that have a lot of breeds. You know, the lineage became very popular, and then you don't see the value there. So it has never been my interest. I never wanted to do that, and I made sure. I want to make sure that I can keep him very exclusive and very, you know, to me.
It's very important to understand that all these studs that we closed between when Rodolfo purchased him and now, has it been 2 months yet?
No, it hasn't been. It's been a month in a few days.
Yeah, we've sold about 10 international. That was a great focus for me to sell more international. So, you know, whoever has his genetics here is going to be really exclusive. Are we going to keep him open or are we going to close him?
So that is another question. I will keep him closed. It is not my intention. Again, I want to limit to the 18 that I have set in my mind. I really don't want to, like, I just want to pay him off. That's all, and limit myself to this number. So I would say that 18 is a good number. We're almost there. So right now we've been fortunate enough, AUREA and I, to start reviewing the bitches that we're intending to set a deal with partner with Sheik, and so we have declined a lot of offers, a lot of interests, a lot. More than you guys can imagine, because we just didn't see potential, and it's not we're not just doing this for the money, right? I don't want his blood to be, you know, completely disregarded or not well treated. So
yeah, and we may consider, if we reopen him, raise the fee. Have you thought about it?
Yeah.
Because we talked about it the other day.
Right, that is something. So since we've been getting a lot of offers, so people have offered. So we're currently charging $10,000. That's his stud fee right now, and I made sure that that we were just declining all the offers, and then we already got $15,000 offers and everything. But again, the bitch was not good at all, so we have decided to drop it, especially after he got his premium pedigree.
There you go, guys. Can you read here? Premium pedigree. He's the only XL male stud right now that has a premium pedigree. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically a dog that is fully health tested, DNA tested by ABKC. So he had to have all the requirements that ABKC just recently started this project to nominate, these dogs that are high quality studs or females to have a premium pedigree, and Sheik is the only one of them in the XL lane right now.
Right. So that itself is that's fine. He's fine here. That itself is more than enough for us to know that it is worth it, in that we can easily
raise it.
Make sure that we have a great lineage out of him after him, All right, buddy. No chewing. It's chewing the chair here. Yeah. Okay. So let me see.
What is the breed standards for Brazilian Bull? Guys, very soon ABKC will have the breed standard on the ABKC website. There are too many differences that if I start talking about them right now, it's going to be crazy. So I will be posting on my Instagram stories or even on the feed when they release the ABKC Brazilian Bull standard. But I also think that IBC is releasing it in their website in English too. So there's no point of me trying to translate here, but there's a lot of difference from the XLs, which is very interesting. Even though people think that they're the same breed, they're not.
Yeah, we talked about it at the live, in our live that we recorded last night. We believe that the Brazilians have done a great job with the breed. The mixtures and the perfection of this phenotype has been something very remarkable. I do think that Brazilian Pit Bulls, if you're looking for a dog with broader chest, with big shoulders, big head, with proper posture, great temper, that's a Brazilian bull for sure. I'm not saying that the American bullies are lesser, but for
just
sure
more volatile because
Right.
there's so many things behind the XLs that we don't even know where they're from.
Yeah.
At least the Brazilian bulls, the gene pool in Brazil is very limited. So especially the Brazilian breeders, and I include myself, we know all these dogs where they come from, and we know how they were raised, and we know what was the procedures that were taken, the protocols that were taken to bring down the temperament on the terrier side of them. So if you guys want to see, there's somebody here trying to chew my chair. Look at this boy. There he is. He's so in love with Rodolpho. It's crazy. Like he liked him right away.
Yeah. So that is for sure something that we see.
Do you see the question? Que Dios te bendiga, lindo ejemplar. Gracias, muchas gracias a todos que están mirando esta live desde América Latina ou Espanha. O Sheik voltará ao Brasil. Somebody's asking us if he's going back to Brazil.
So yes, so that is my intention. That had always been. I would have brought him right away, right after the purchase, but the deal that was struck with Lucas was that he had already some stud services that were sold and that we needed to honor. So that's why we decided to stay with him here until October. Yeah.
Any
So
other questions?
after October, I mean, the date that I have in mind is October 1st. But you know, I might wait another week or two because there are some shows that we wanna show him.
Yeah, we're gonna try to take him to Dallas in the I don't remember the name, but in October 11th.
D show, I think it's D Town or something. I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
it's October 11th. So I might wait a little bit, but that is for sure something that I'll consider to stay. But yes, he is going back to Brazil. He's 100% returning to Brazil, unless something happens between, which
Yeah.
highly doubt.
One thing that is very important for everybody that's I have 100 messages every day inquiring about him, inquiring about puppies, inquiring about studs. So let's go. Can you get a leash? It's by the door.
Okay.
By the novel. So everybody that's been asking us about no shake, nobody. You need a toy? He's trying to chew my chair here. Let me show you guys. Since he's here being a goof. Behind the door, right
it's
here.
not behind the door. He was playing with it yesterday.
No, it's here, Rodolfo. You see this door here where
It's not.
yeah, it's not hanging in there
No.
on the inside.
Nope.
So guys, yeah, I put it there this morning. Go with your daddy. Go with your daddy.
Let's go.
Oh God. Because he's being kind of goofy here, trying to chew on the chair. So we're gonna put him inside. So, anyways, everybody asking me about his breedings. For the ones that I haven't still completed the breeding, don't worry, he's still gonna be here for some time. We do have plenty of frozen semen from him, and we are also shipping him to Europe. I'm gonna have availability in Europe. I already have a few studs sold in Europe, and we do have availability in Australia. I believe that we only have one spot more in Australia, unless I have 3 more clients that we can close another package for Australia, because Australia is very complicated. It takes like anywhere from 4 to 6 months for the shipment to get there. And I've had my boys already sent to Australia, and the 2 breedings that I did there were extremely successful with 11 and 12 puppies, I believe. One of Tractor and one of Klaus. So it's a very safe procedure. And here, mind you, I work with the best repro vet of Texas, if not in the whole country. Dr. Kirk Esmond, shout out to him at Josie Ranch Animal Hospital. He's one of the best because he teaches all of the clinics all over the U.S. He goes and trains them for working with Zoetis. Zoetis, as you know, is the main animal health lab for the semen bank. So he teaches these vets on how to store and how to proceed and how to collect and how to freeze, so they can store it with Zoetis. He's hired by Zoetis to train all these repro vets. So he's the best. I work with the best of the best, and I'm very proud of him. We've never missed a breeding unless it was something on the female side. The frozen semen is kept in immaculate situation there, and never had a problem. So if you guys intend to use him after he is gone, there is a possibility too, because we're gonna have a few frozen semen doses for you, as long as we agree on how many, and it's gonna be a limited amount. Let me see the questions we'll go forward here.
One of them is asking, is he bombastic owner as well? People ask me that all the time. It's because I made an announcement. I bought Bombastic back in last year. No, actually it was this year. I bought Bombastic. I think it was around February.
Shake's father.
Yeah, Bombastic is Shake's father, and also LPK. There were a lot of requirements because I wasn't very sure of the purchase. Again, I wanted Shake, so I didn't really want to let go of that, but you know, it was a good opportunity. However, the deal fell through, and we did move forward. There was some testing done, some stuff that was performed during the purchase that, you know, I didn't want to really roll the dice, so I decided to drop it, and then I went all in for Sheik. So yeah.
Rodolfo, we have people from India, we have people from Brazil, we have Horse Bully from Italy. Hi everybody, thank you for tapping in. We have in the couch, Big Ash, my good friend. How are you enjoying Samba Land? He's been here a couple of times.
Yeah, I to be really honest, you know, Aurea is very humble when it comes to her, you know, what she has done here, and I was blown away by every single dog she had, every single one of them, from Tractor to Klaus to Puma. And then obviously the bitches were just, you know, Bucanas. It's gorgeous, you know, it's as perfect as it can get for a female. Also Tetra and Viviana, gorgeous. So
thank you.
Yeah, so like I've been blown away. You know, the structure, the facility is amazing. It's very big. It's very comfortable for the dogs. You know, she's very exclusive. You know, and I noticed that about her. Aurea doesn't really like to, you know, she's not like the type of, like, she wants quantity, she wants quality. That's exactly what she prioritizes. That was very obvious to me. And Sheik is really happy here, and that leaves me with comfort as well, because I can see how happy he is and how well treated and how much love he receives. So that for me is important.
Doesn't mean he stays. He stays then?
No, he doesn't stay. But yeah, so bottom line is it's been a great time. It's been a privilege. Thank you, Aurea, so much for hosting me, and also for showing me the city and to allow me to hang out with Sheik and her awesome dogs.
And I'll be honest with you, Rodolfo was trying to buy my Sheik's puppies here, and I said no.
No, the quality.
What's the price? And I said no, they're not for sale.
She held some gems that it will scare people in a while. It's gonna definitely, you know, Sheik has a lot to a lot of good quality sons to compete with them for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing, you know, try to produce an even better dog, which I think it's going to be hard for Sheik, but
right.
No dog is perfect, and that's the breeder's art, is to try to put their own vision in their breedings. So yeah, guys, let me see if there's any questions here. Brazil, Canil WNAR, abraço para vocês. 758 and Mr. Dapper, need frozen semen in Barbados. I'm gonna check that for you. I think there is a possibility. If not, you can always ship your girl here and we can see what we can do. In the couch, did you see Michael Jordan? Who the heck is Michael Jordan, Ash? Translate that for me. Did you show him Michael Jordan in your catalog? I don't know who you're talking about. Ash, I love Samba Land. I wish I was closer. It is peaceful. Well, Capital City, they have a Sheik's daughter
nice.
From Tetra, a black tri.
Nice.
Un abrazo, amigos de Austin. Un Bully XL es una mezcla de dogo presa canario argentino. No, definitivamente no. Yo soy criadora de dogo y no tiene nada que ver. Somebody here saying that an XL is a mix of
Dogo Argentino.
Dogos and presa. No, they're not even Molossers. They are more terriers than they are Molossers. Angel 179 Timberland. The Dogo Michael Jordan. No, I don't have any other Dogos here, Ash. What is Sheik's COI? I gotta check, but I believe it's either 13% or... No, I think Bucanas is 18%. He's 12 or 13%. Gabriel, mucho trabajo. What are your plans for Sheik? I think Monster Canine Kennel, I think he just kind of answered, the plans for Sheik.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, bottom line is, we will keep him here until October, as agreed previously, and after that, he will be shipped to Brazil to never come back. When I say never, never is a very long time frame, but you know, it is definitely not my intention. Again, there's feelings involved as well. It's not just, you know, financial, but you know, and again, I really, really like him, and my wife and my daughters are excited. They ask me for videos all the time. You know, they can't wait to meet him. So yeah, so it's going to be hard for me to ship him back here. So that's why we're going to try to champion him out, or make sure that we expose him or show him on shows, so we can take advantage of the fact that he's already here.
Nice. We have Jacob Hagerman. Absolutely love my daughter of Sheik. Oh, nice. He has a daughter of Sheik. I also have Didi here. My good friend Didi and Tony from Nacona, Texas. They have a son of Tractor, and then they came and got a daughter of Buchanans and Sheik. Nice. The girl is beautiful. And any other questions, guys? We are live with Rodolpho Sanz. He's the buyer, the owner of Sheik. Extremely intelligent person, amazing human being, very successful businessman, and he's got a vision, and he went for Sheik, and like we were talking, you know, some time ago, it was a great investment for him. So don't be afraid to invest right, because having the right dogs is what makes, you know, your business successful when you're in this business. It's simple as that. And sometimes I see people I'm actually negotiating a girl from Brazil right now, not for myself, but for another client, because I do consulting for, you know, intermediating the sales between the two countries, because of course people here trust me and the breeders trust me, so I want to be, you know, kind of working for both sides. And somebody just hired me to negotiate a bitch for them, and he's like, well, but I don't want to spend, I was thinking of spending, you know, $4,000 or $5,000 less. And I said, buddy, you know, that's not going to give you what this girl is going to give you, because she's already popular, she's already, you know, the top girl in Brazil, and we have to have vision, and we cannot be afraid of investing. I'm going to be honest with you. I invested, we were just doing the accounting yesterday, I've invested probably $130,000 myself in my last few imports, you know, and I never thought I would ever invest that kind of money. And how did I do it? I don't know, because I didn't have that money sitting around and just went there and bought it. It was, you know, working with partnerships and paying, you know, in the longer term. And I have no problem on saying that, because I made my investments back. And this is what I'm trying to say to you throughout this live, that the market is back. If it's not back, it's because your dogs are not worth it, and
are not there yet. Yeah.
Are not, you know, they are not. Maybe you should look in a different direction.
And it happens, right? It's not always that you hit it right on the nail on the head. So sometimes you do have to, you know, be very cold-blooded and make sure that, you know, you don't mix feelings, because that's something that we see a lot. You know, everyone thinks their son and their daughter are the most gorgeous beings in the world, and they should be for you, but we also have to be considerate of the market and what is it that the market is looking for. I can guarantee you guys that I have met a lot of people who were lawyers, who were, you know, who had a very good company and profession, who have dropped everything to work with bullies, and they're very successful and very happy because they're working with something they love. So yeah, definitely a good time to be investing in this beautiful breed.
Yeah, and somebody's asking me how much supplements and raw meat I give to Sheik daily. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I love if I could just give them raw, I would. But I also see and I understand the necessity of some essential minerals and vitamins that the basic raw feeding does not provide it to them. For you to provide a complete nutrition of just raw food, you got to have a nutritionist.
Yeah.
And every dog is different. You're not going to provide to one dog the same thing. You got to have, you know, blood work. You're gonna make sure that you know the levels, because some dogs require more vitamins than others, or require more calcium or protein than others, and some of them need a lower calorie. So one it doesn't work for the other. So for you to do extremely raw, if you know in a short term, is a great. It's you see the dogs looking better, their coats, their muscles.
No,
their bone.
I've done it. I'm not sure if I told you. I have 2 dogs that I only do raw with them, and
Which ones?
It's Sheik's son. So I have Sheik's son. His name is Brutus, and in another Sheik daughter as well. So I only do raw with them, but again, I hire a nutritionist. We did all sorts of tests and to see what the right amounts were, and it is the best ever. Or I mean, for Aurea is hard, and it's hard for you to do with your entire kennel, but for sure, if you want to do 1 or 2, I would suggest it, because you do see a heck of a difference. And when he comes back, I already told Aurea it's going to be 100% raw for me.
Yeah, but then it's going to be different, because you're going to be focused
right,
on
it's going to be just him. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't forget, I got 20 dogs, and then I have, I'm running 2 businesses.
No, for you it's hard. For you it's
social media, and I don't have any help.
You do mix raw.
I do mix raw. That's where I was going to get to. I have a percentage of from 40 to 50% of raw, and I do give them kibble. I do not give them a high protein kibble if I do use raw. But if I don't use raw, I do have a high protein kibble. I'm using 3320 Strive, and then when I don't, I give them a 2420 with the kibble, with the raw. And in my raw, I take, anywhere from, and I grind it here. I have my own grinder. I make my own packages. I think I have a video to release on YouTube, my YouTube channel. You guys can follow. There's always videos there. I'm a little slow right now because of everything that's going on. My life has been completely crazy. We're getting visitors here almost every day. And I'm actually going to have to give it a break, because I'm not, with the puppies. I still have puppies being shipped internationally. They're still here waiting for the timing. And then I have the businesses, and then I have the social media, the messages, my other business, and it's been crazy. So I make my raw once a week, and then I give them throughout the week almost every day. If I'm in a rush day, I just give them the kibble. I do believe that kibble is very, very important, because they are provided with all the nutrients and the minerals that they need. And I also supplement with New Vet, and I have my code, my link in my bio, that I am a distributor for New Vet, because this is the only supplement that I started giving that I have been seeing results, day after day. I've been using it for 2.5 years, and my dogs have never looked better. So I highly recommend New Vet Plus, and new joint, which is for the joints. I give them to my puppies when they are between 3 and 8 months old. That's when they start, a lot of weight and on their pasterns, and they start opening their feet a little bit. When you crop the ears, the calcium drops. So I do like to give them the new joint, and the link is on my bio with my code and everything for a discount in case you get an auto ship. I actually have a box in your room. I'm gonna go get it today, because my New Vet is finished, and I bought I think about six of the New Vet for them. It's amazing. So basically that's it. And I do give them vitamin C every day, a little bit of vitamin C for every one of their dogs for immune system. For my bitches, when they're getting ready to breed, I flush them with medications. I give them special diet. And my studs, they're always taken care like the best supplements, and the best nutrition, because they have to be always ready to go. Any other questions?
There's a lot of questions. So they're asking again if we're bringing him to a BKC show in Dallas. Again, that is in the works. I think that most likely that will happen. We will bring him to the show for sure, so people have the opportunity to meet him, and also so we can show him.
Alonso from TMK Bullies, my brother, is in the house. Hey, Alonso, how's it going? Do you want to join the live and say hi to everybody? Because he's the first Brazilian bull breeder in the world that's outside of Brazil, you guys. Let me see if he's still here. because my messages are not uploading here. Just a second. Holy smokes, there's a lot. Can you follow them for me, Rodolfo, please, if there's any more questions?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions, and also there are questions from yesterday as well. What do I work with? Okay, so one of the questions that was sent to the box yesterday is what do I work with? I'm a business owner. I own some businesses here in the United States and also other businesses in Brazil. And all sorts of variety. You know, I do construction, to insurance, to marketing, and also I also work with restaurants as well. So that's pretty much the spectrum that I've been working. And I also have been investing in a tech company as well. So it's not fun, not as fun as breeding dogs for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Well, maybe Rodolfo is gonna have a kennel here in the U.S. someday.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, he's got family here, so in Massachusetts, South Louisiana. It's hard for me to keep them up here. Just a second, guys, because I'm trying to read on my other phone. It's not uploading. Muchas gracias por mentir a la gente que no sabe. Ya lo excluí, Gabriel. Ya está bloqueado de mi Instagram porque no habla de hablar boludeces. I do raw for my pups under 1 year and my studs and my pregnant and milking girls. Pretty much everyone know now that I think about it. TMK, are you there? I had to block somebody here because he's just going crazy. I don't know who that is. Yes, I'm down. Give me 3 minutes and I'm going to put my shirt on. Okay, I want to say hi to TMK, and then right after we're going to have to go because Rodolfo is flying back to Brazil to his family today. Sheik stays here for a little bit more.
Sheik stays here for a little bit more, so take advantage to meet him and seek for opportunity for you to see him. You will not regret it. You know, AUREA has shown him to several breeders and several people who are in the market, and everyone who meets him is blown away. Guys, this is not an exaggeration. The dog is it. For me, he's as perfect as it can get. Again, I have a little bias, but check it out yourself, and you will not regret it for sure.
Yeah, I think he's definitely changing the game with the XLs.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of having him here, you know, because the vision that I started 4 or 5 years ago was to bring Brazil to the map. And I started with Klaus, which was a phenomenon, you know, a shock of reality when people saw a black fawn dog kicking ass, and then Champion Tractor, you know, and then Champion Atlas comes from Brazil and becomes first Brazilian champion, and then Tractor comes and becomes a champion. So now Sheik being here and soon his offsprings, I mean, I really am trying to convince Rodolfo to champ him out before he leaves. We're going to see the timing with our schedule, with our clients, because our clients is our main priority right now because we have a short time for him to be here. So yeah, where is Alonso? I want to say hi to Alonso before we leave. You need to ask him to join, Alonso, please, because I want him to talk a little bit with Rodolfo. Because now Alonso has, you know, the biggest stud in Brazilian bulls. And as you know, Brazilian bulls cannot be bred to American bullies. So I was one of the people that that motivated Alonso at TMK with Big John to start, you know, a big project with the Brazilian bulls so we can bring more Brazilian dogs from here. And maybe, who knows, maybe one day I'm going to have a Brazilian bull too, you know. So Alonso is the guy too. Okay, there you go. TMK is also watching. Can you send me a request, Alonso? I want to say hi to you. Alonso is super happy with his litter because of the timing. Did you get it? I accepted here. Hey, my brother.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
You get to
Alonso,
me?
this is Rodolfo. You already know him.
Hey, how's it going?
This is
How's
Alonso
it going,
from
Rodolfo?
Big.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
You know what? I want to mention to him
Yeah.
that Alonso met Sheik in Brazil in the event of what's the name of the event? The Mega
IBC
Encontros.
Mega Encuentro de Creadores en YouTube.
Yes. And Sheik was not feeling himself that day, and he was very secluded. Lucas didn't want anybody seeing him, and it was too hot, and and he was underweight. And the last video that I posted of him, the one with the lady holding him from Heroes Kennels, right? Alonso called me, and I was on the phone, and I said I'll call you back. So I called him back, and he said, and I thought, what is he gonna say? He's probably gonna say something about the video because I had just posted, and he's like, "Can you say to me what you asked me, Alonso?" Unable to join. I don't know what happened.
I'm here.
Oh, you're there. I see you.
Okay, you guys. Okay, so basically, I didn't know this. It's not a secret. Everybody knows I wasn't a huge fan of Shake, and that's just because when I saw him, he wasn't in the best possible way to be seen, I guess. But when I seen that last video, I called her right away, and I was like, "Holy crap, what's going on over there?" Like, I honestly told her, and right when I seen the video, because that couple had just visited me, I think the week prior,
Yeah.
and they had played with John, so I was able to see what that lady specifically looked like next to John. And then when I seen her next to Shake, I was like, whoa, okay, definitely there's been a change. The head got bigger, the mask got bigger. It was very impressive to see a dog that was already an adult when I seen him change so much.
Yeah.
Because you don't see that much of a drastic change. You know what I mean? And it was pretty cool. So that's I had to call her, and I told Ida right away. I was like,
And I
"Yeah,
told
Shake
you,
is
I appreciate your humbleness and your honesty, because it means a lot to us. The same way that I believe that you have the top stud in the Brazilian bulls, and I'm
thank
trying to
you."
motivate more people to breed and bring
Yeah,
Brazilian bulls so you guys can
yeah.
have a good gene pool to work with.
It's right now it's very limited, but I'm not really worried about it. I think, and I'm truly believe, and I'm putting all of my positive energy that this is going to take off. I feel like there's enough interest and there's enough hype and wind behind Big John right now that it's pushing a lot of people toward that direction.
Oh, I'm 100% sure.
Because I get messages every single day saying, "How do I get my dog to look like that? How can I get my dog to look like that?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, you gotta invest into this breed, and you just start communicating and start educating people, and sure enough, they get a lock in. They get they get onto my waiting list now that I have a waiting list next to you."
Yeah, there you go, buddy. That's it. You got to do it because the demand is high. And this is how I started this live talking about the demand and how this guy here indirectly contributed to bring the sales and everything up again, because of
Wow,
this big
nice.
purchase that he did, valuing the breed.
Yeah.
And now apparently like we're having even offers that are higher than what he paid,
Hmm.
kind of thing. So, the most important thing is that Brazilian bulls will be accepted in the next show. When is it going to be?
It's going to be in September, so it's going to be in the San Diego show. I talked to Vanessa, who's the host that's having the show,
Uh-huh.
and she did confirm that they are going to be having a class for us. It's probably going to be just me against like my kennel partners, but
That's
at
okay.
least we're going to be able to
How
show our
many
dogs.
how many girls did you he just bought Becca's sister.
Oh, nice. Which
And
one?
he bred her to Bombastic.
So I just bought
What's her name?
Enver.
What's her name? Which one is it?
Enver.
Amber. The one that here. The pot the
Oh, the one you bought it from Andre?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one from Andre.
Nice.
She,
Nice.
so I just got her, and I also got Everest from Andre as well.
Everest is gorgeous.
Whew,
Gorgeous.
my God, man!
Gorgeous.
If you saw her now, that I've had her on 3 weeks of raw. Oh my
Really?
God, that
Really? No, I believe you. You know,
that
I've seen
that
them.
dog right now, brother, is better than probably. Well, it's on par with probably every other American female that I have
I
here.
bet. I
It's
bet. No, the quality of muscle and everything is just
everything.
outstanding.
Her headpiece, man, like it complements John so well that it's crazy. That
Yeah.
breeding is sold out, basically. By the way, like if anybody was wondering, that breeding between John and Everest, my waiting list, I'm at 15 people. I mean, I'm
There you
done.
go.
You know,
There you
Nice.
go.
so
Nice. Nice.
it's I don't want to take any more lock-ins because
Yeah,
I don't think
you're
we're
not,
gonna
you
have
might
other
not have
people's
to.
puppies.
Yeah,
You know,
but man, this is what I'm telling y'all. The market is back, at least for
yeah,
the ones that got the Brazilian genetics. You
yeah,
know, either in
yeah,
the XL lane or in the Brazilian bull
yeah,
lane. Because we got to think that all the dogs that come here now, they're not going to be American bullies. So
Right.
you got to be doing a very good job over there with your gene pool to be
yes,
providing to people like Alonso, to people
yeah,
like my other clients that are importing, you
yeah.
know, and I'm going to be working in the XL lane for now. So
Yeah, like my guy Ace of Bullies from Canada. They bought Big John's brother from Ingrid from
Ace
DWK,
of
and
Exotics, right?
yeah, Ace of
Yeah.
Exotics. There you go, Ace of Exotics. And right now they're in the works because he called me right away. He's like, he called me 2 days ago, and he told me he's like, Alonso, I'm in a hole, and I was like, why? He's like, I did not know that I couldn't breed. What's his name? Aries.
Aries.
I did not know
Aries.
that I could not breed Aries to American Bully XLs. And I was like, dude, you didn't know this? And he's like, no.
I told
And I'm
him, he
like,
asked
well,
me, and I
you're
said,
not
I
in a
told him the
hole.
bad news.
I told him,
But
you're not in a hole. All you got to do is get some, get some Brazilian bulls. Like, go get some girls now, man, and start your Brazilian bull program. You got one of the best studs. You know what I mean? You got John's best or most known stud right now. You know what I mean? Like, get this going. Don't and the same talk you had with me out there, I had the same exact talk with him. Just in my own words, I was like, "Come on, buddy, get it up,
let's
let's go."
go.
You know what I mean?
Well, and also, I
Like, and
really hope to see you on October 11th here in Dallas because we are negotiating taking Shake to the show, and maybe
nice,
we can stack
with
with Big John.
Big John.
Who
Yeah,
wants
no, we're definitely
to
coming to
see
Dallas.
Shake and Big John stacked
That
by
would be
side by
nice.
side?
I would love that. And Everest, maybe Everest. I'm gonna bring her out to
Everest
show.
and Bucanas.
Yeah, that would be cool because we are coming out to Dallas. I have a lot of customers in Texas. A lot of my productions are out there. So I really want to come out and see them, and
And
they're
you
all
have
going
a
to be coming
friend
to the
here too. You
show.
have Samba Kennels here that you can
Yes,
come and stay over with us and
yes,
with your family.
I
We're gonna
appreciate
be
that.
happy to host you here because it's gonna be very close to us. Okay,
I appreciate
guys,
that.
you're gonna have to let go the live right now. I appreciate everybody. Alonso, big hug to you and your family. God
Same,
bless
thanks a
you.
lot.
Everybody in the live, thank you so much for being with
Rodolfo,
us
nice to
today.
meet you,
Stay
man.
tuned.
Likewise, man. Likewise.
Nice to meet
Let's
you. You
keep
got to
talking.
start. You got to start a Brazilian bull program in the states now.
Yeah. True. That is true.
Yeah.
You know,
It is tempting though, but we'll see. We'll see.
it's a risk, but I think that it's a risk that's going to pay off.
Yeah, for sure. All
Okay,
right.
guys, take care. Happy Sunday.
All right,
Enjoy your
guys.
family. God bless, and I'll see you again. Bye
See you
All
bye.
guys.
right.
Bye
Talk to
bye.
you guys later. Bye.